Ford, we work hard to exceed our customers' expectations every day in every department. We want to be your automobile dealer for life, so we're proud to offer at no cost to you a lifetime warranty on all eligible new and pre-owned vehicles. At Mike Birch Ford, the new home of the lifetime warranty, we want you to become part of our family, not just for today or tomorrow, but for a lifetime. So come see us in our new facility in Blackshear and ask about our lifetime warranty. You'll be glad you did. Are you thinking of selling your home or business? Hi, I'm Gloria, and as a realtor, I know that getting rid of the clutter in your home is one of the best ways to help sell your house quickly. At Jessup Premium Storage, our family-owned company provides a convenient and secure building for all of your storage needs. We now offer outdoor covered parking for that antique car, boat, or RV. Due to our recent expansion, we offer units that range in size from as small as a bedroom closet to as big as a one-car garage. All of our units are inside and climate controlled with 24-hour access and security. Our leases run month to month, so you're not locked into a long-term commitment, giving you the flexibility to move your belongings out the minute you purchase your new home. Stop by today or give us a call, 530-8003. That's 530-8003. Jessup Premium Storage.
Be cool, clean, and secure.
105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO. Good morning, Tuesday morning, 16th day of August. Butch Hubbard here with you on the Big Dog. 77 degrees here in Southeast Georgia, getting up to around 92 today. A 20% chance of showers and partly sunny. It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear, Jessup Premium Storage out here on the Waycross Highway, by Parker Insurance and Realty on Macon Street, Sonic Restaurant on South 1st Street, and by Lightsy's Body Shop on Reindeer Road. Bob, we got some guests in here this morning. Special guest, who do we have?
We were talking Grand Slam fishing tournament. We got Heather Altman with the tourism board, Mike Lane with the tourism board. And I want to apologize. It is this weekend.
It is this weekend.
Last week I had it for last week. I don't know, for some reason I thought last week was August 20th, 21st, but I think I'm just pushing everything out.
Okay. You buy a t-shirt sponsor our man in a panic and everybody else. I was like, he just made a mistake. As long as everybody knows the dates, we're good.
I got so many texts. It's not this weekend. I said, oh, it's not. Okay. But it is this weekend.
It is this weekend.
Registrations, I understand, is going extremely well. So they got to be in weigh-in this Sunday at 2:00, where they can fish anywhere that they have permission to do so. So explain that. Is that like anywhere across the state, anywhere in other states? What's the rules of the fishing tournament?
Well, this one is, we've said for many times, is our fun tournament. This is the one we started for our local guys that like to fish different categories besides just our catfish. The bass, the mud, the gar, the panfish, is real popular right now. Our catfish tournament has done so well for the past years that our fishermen are contacting us saying, it's been a blessing to have that tournament because they're actually able to catch panfish, which is what the large flatheads eat off of. So we're excited to see what we have weighed in this year. This tournament basically allows them to fish anywhere they have permission to fish. If you have license to fish Hughes Old River, or if you're a member of that organization, you can fish that river. So anywhere you have permission to fish, Morgan Lake, that's the part that runs into the Omaha River that you have to have a fishing permit for. If you have that, you can fish that lake. But mainly, anywhere that are tributaries to the Omaha River that feeds off the Omaha River that they have permission to fish, they can fish.
Okay. And the admission is $75. Have to have
minimum of two per
boat, right? What's the most you've seen in a boat?
Well, right now at a 2.7 river, we're going to be looking at a lot of John boats. During the tournament, when the river's up at average, level, you can have a pontoon boat that'll hold 4 to 5 people. Basically, we go for over boat capacity. Whatever your boat capacity can hold weight-wise is what we want them to stay under for safety.
Remind the fishermen too the difference between the catfish part of this event and our catfish tournament is they are allowed one bush hook per member of that team. So if you have 4 team members on one boat, they can have up to 4 bush hooks out. They just have to be properly tagged and marked with your name for the tournament. But we typically see some bigger catfish from this tournament because of the bush hooks.
All these different categories too, like largest fish for a female, largest fish for a child. Tell us about that.
Yeah, like we said, first place is going to pay out $2,000, second $1,000, third $500, and that's the Grand Slam prize. That based off, you can weigh in your heaviest 3 fish out of that 5 species category. So you'll pick your 3 heaviest fish, one of each of the 3 categories, and that's what you weigh in for your aggregate weight. And then we also pay out $250 to the biggest fish, individual fish of each species. We'll pay out $100 to the biggest overall fish caught by a child and $100 to the biggest overall fish caught by a female. And we also have a bonus category. This is something that we did last year as well. We had some feedback from a lot of our mullet fishermen wanting us to have a mullet tournament. Well, instead of having a mullet tournament, we just added in a bonus category of $500 to the team that weighs in the heaviest 5 mullet for this one.
Also join us, Mr. Mike Deal, City Manager, as the Tourism Board. I can't believe this is the 11th annual event. That's hard.
11th annual.
Flies when you have
Sorry about being late, Bob.
That's all right.
I'm never late. I hope I'm not the late.
But again, this is all to raise money for this, for the community. Fishermen come in all week long, spend. So what's the economic, people ask all the time, what's the economic impact of this event, Mike?
It's pretty big. It's a lot bigger than you would think. We had one tournament not too long ago. I think it was a hog jam or something, where all of the convenience stores downtown in particular was talking about what's going on this weekend. We've sold out everything. So we don't know exactly. We've done some figures, and it's not exact science, but it's in the range of between $250,000 and $300,000 to the local community. So it is pretty big. And we gain from that too as government agencies, because there's taxes paid on all that stuff that's brought in. So it's pretty big. It's good for the community. People get to come in and see the community that a lot of them hasn't seen it before. And, it kind of brings them back. They see stores they want to go to. They see things going on in town that they want to come back and attend. So it's pretty big for a community. And we're known pretty much all around. People talk to me all the time. Other people in other cities or whatever say, y'all have a lot of stuff down there. It's not usually held by local communities. So we're kind of proud of it.
And Heather, you're glad to have the main sponsor, Mike Birchford, again, stepped up to be your sponsor. So it's all about sponsorship money. So tell us about that. I know you
Mike
had
Birch
that.
is our sole sponsor for this tournament and this event. The bigger events that we sponsor that has larger payouts, of course, our sponsorships are larger, but this is one that we solely give to him and allow him to be the sole sponsorship of. He basically has come on board with us and for the past 3 years has been our #1 event sponsor. And we appreciate Mike Birch for that and Mike Birch Ford. And they always come down and bring us the vehicles. And we're proud to say we've sold 2 vehicles at 2 of our last 2 events. We have been salesmen for him and has had to call Timmy Rozier to come on down and make a deal on this truck right here, and they've drove off with it. So we appreciate him and all that he does for the Wayne County Board of Tourism. Just like Mr. Mike said, there is a lot that we do that most tourism boards don't. We have basically took our organization and looked in our backyard, and natural resources for our community has been our #1 tourism draw and attraction. And to ride through town and see 3 or 4 boats on the way to a meeting, you're doing something. I mean, these people are coming from out of town and fishing this river all year long, from just coming down and fishing a couple of our tournaments and seeing what they can catch and what they can get. And we get calls constantly. It says, my daddy's 72 years old and I want to bring him down there and catch one of those big old catfish, So we're excited about our tournaments and what we do. And this one, like we said, is a smaller tournament. It's not the top scale as our catfish tournament because we call it our local tournament. But we're still open for registration all week. They can pick up registration forms for any bait and tackle shop in our community. My office, there's always some there. And you can also go online to active.com for Wayne County Grand Slam Tournament and register there. We'll have on-site registration Friday at the fairgrounds. So anyone that is out and about and wants to register that day, they can register there.
Bob, one thing we try to do with this tournament is, the big tournament is all about money. It's all about catching that big fish and the big 5 fish and making $10,000 or $8,000, whatever our payout is. But this one's more of a fun tournament. I was talking to a local fisherman. He's a good fisherman. I was talking to him yesterday. He said, "You're not paying out enough money." That's not what it's about in this one. It's about going out and catching something to be able to come in and weigh in. And it's good to earn that top prize in each category. But this is more of a fun thing to get all the people involved, and it's more relaxed. The fishermen seem to like it a lot. They always talk about this tournament when we're fishing the big tournament, and they want to make sure we have this tournament so they can come out and just relax and maybe not fish quite as hard and quite as serious, and get their picture taken with that check, even though it's not as big as the other one. But it don't cost as much to get in either. And it's just not, it's more relaxed. It's a more fun atmosphere, and it's a lot of fun for the fishermen.
And the weigh-in's always a big event. A lot of people come out just for the weigh-in on Sunday at 2 o'clock. And the good thing, all the fishermen know it's on the up and up. We talk all the time. They've got a lot of tests out there. So,
that's what I was fixing to touch on, to remind everybody that we will be polygraphing for this tournament as well. Every one of our tournaments, we have a polygrapher come in, and so follow the rules.
Right, so yeah, this is heavy fish tails. So it's got it all on the up and up, right?
This is a bad dude right here. He's about 300 pounds. He don't take no tries. When you sit on the other side, who was it talking about the stress of taking that? I won't mention his name, but everybody in the room knows him. He asked him, he says, "Have you ever cheated on anything?" He said, "You're not talking about income tax." So he's pretty tough. He's a good guy.
Bob, I want to touch on Mr. Dill just brought up the amount of the payout. That's one of the things I'm proudest of with our tournaments is, we try to cover our expenses. We furnish all the fishermen T-shirts, and then we have meals and stuff that for our volunteer helpers that we feed them during the tournament and stuff. But like last year on this tournament, we just did break even. I mean, most of our money that we take in from the fishermen goes right back in this tournament. It's not a fundraiser for the tourism board. It's not a way for us to make money. And just like the last catfish tournament we had, I think we paid out, was it $7,500 or $8,000 to first place? And we had fishermen that had just came here from a tournament in Florida, and they paid out $1,000 to first place. So our second place is paying out more than what they're paying out in Florida for their tournament. So, we take pride in the fact of what we're paying out, and, we lowered the fee for this tournament. That's one of the reasons the payouts is not as much too. It's only $75 instead of $100 per fisherman. And like Mr. Dill said, this is just a tournament that was started for our local guys. They wanted something where they could fish for other type fish than just the catfish.
What's your river like?
River's
3.7.
Yes, it's a little bit lower than what we like it for safety, but the fishing is really good in that low river. You can catch fish. They're catching a ton of catfish right now. I get pictures every day. Some big catfish and lots of them. But one thing Mike said about the tourism board, and people ask us every year, how much money do y'all make on this tournament? We don't make any money on this tournament. We take money, and I think everybody probably realizes this, but we take money from hotel motel tax, or the tourism board does. They take the money from hotel motel tax, and they arrange fun events for people to come in out of town and come stay in the town and spend money in the town, and kind of share the wealth on that money from hotel motel tax to do good things in the community. And that's what it's all about. And these guys volunteer a lot, and that you see them at all the events. They go out and give their time and effort to make the community a little bit better, and that's kind of what it's all about.
How's the new member working? You got him to work, Adam Thomas?
We're gonna find out this week. Yes, he'll be good. He's excited about coming on, and Adam's a good young man. He was very interested in Leadership Wayne class, and that's kind of what Leadership Wayne's all about too, to get them out, get them involved. And he expressed an interest on coming on this board, and the county commissioners appointed him to the board. So we're looking for great things out of Adam.
Okay, once again, it's this weekend. Registration, again, Heather, somebody's out there listening, a fisherman, they want to get in, they still have time. Is that correct?
That's correct. www.waynetourism.com, active.com, or they can go by any bait and tackle shop in the community or by my office and pick up a registration form. We're accepting them all up till tournament time, which is Saturday at 12.
You'll be on site Friday.
We'll be on site. We'll be on site on Friday.
You'll be on site Friday and Saturday, so you'll be registering at the fairgrounds themselves on Friday and Saturday.
Good. What about the fishermen? You should mention they have a meeting. Like they used to have a gathering before the event.
That's with the catfish tournament. If they have any questions or anything as far as the rules go, they normally just ask when they come register. After looking at the rules, we normally do not have a mandatory captain's meeting for this one.
I got you. Mike, going off city, Mike. Ready for solar power from the trees?
Yeah, we're excited.
Explain
about
it.
solar power.
They made the move to go forward with green innovations. Explain that they're pretty much the people that got to go when they're going to get the bids and things like that.
Yeah, we've been talking with these guys for Bill Schumann and I've been talking to them for about 2 years, and they come in and give their sales pitch, and the first time out, everybody's trying to sell something. It seems like so. We were a little hesitant, and we did our due diligence on investigating, and Bill researched it, and Bill's the go-to guy when it comes to something like that. I depend on him and let him do all his reading, and I researched all that I could, and solar is the wave of the future. And when we finally figured that out, we investigated the people that do this kind of work, and we felt that this is the best group in the state. So we're excited.
And when people hear that $1.7 million investment, how much money they're talking about saving over the long haul? Though that's what they're doing, right? To save money.
We will probably save money in the first year, Bob. So it's kind of a no-brainer. What we'll do is we'll generate that power from the solar system and put it back into the what we would have paid for electric power generated by the power company, and that is deducted from the bottom line of what we pay. So it'll probably bring us a little bit of money back in the first year, and then after 10 years, it increases a good bit, and then after 20 years, we own the system. And I don't have my papers in front of me. I think that's the timeline. We own the system, and every little bit of power we can generate is our power. So we don't have to pay another company for that power.
What's the next step? Then to bring back bids to the city on?
They will bid out the project. This company that we have will bid out the project, and this company, the guy that owns this company or part owner in this company is on the top level as far as power company goes. He's been in on the ground floor, and he's kind of made solar power what it is in the state. He's got he knows the people in Atlanta to talk to, the people with Georgia Environmental Facilities, the people at DNR, the people all around that, and he can get those permits for us and expedite those permits. So all's good.
All good. Again, if you just joined us, City Manager Mike dealing with us, Heather Altman and Mike Lane with the Tourism Board. Heather, Christy Carter was going to come with you today to talk about this new event. Can you want to wear that hat as well on the Thursday event, the gift card exchange, or you don't know anything?
No, I'm not aware of that one.
Okay, well, I'll give it. Like I said, she was supposed to come in. They got a brand new Chamber Morning Network event called Coffee Card Exchanges. Going to take place this Thursday. It's going to be alternating these every month with business after hours. This is to accommodate others who cannot make the evening network event. Again, all around coffee. The catchphrase is start your day off right. They encourage you to attend and bring plenty of business cards. Come out and meet new people, build relationships, open and close the deal. Again, there'll be door prizes as well. This is the first of 6 for the new year. It's free to chamber members, $5 for non-members. And again, it's called I said coffee card exchange. Is going to take place at Cafe Euro. This coming Thursday between 8:30 and 9:30 a.m. So again, everyone is invited out to that event. So that's this Thursday. But she couldn't make it today, but she was supposed to be here as well. So just wanted to give that a plug. But again, the fishing tournament this weekend, again, hopefully the weatherman will cooperate. Hopefully the river level, any rain in the forecast between now and Saturday.
Just that normal 30 to 40%.
It's okay, we fish in
It
hurricanes.
won't matter. We fished in a hurricane. We had 71 boats in a hurricane. Actually, this first tournament.
Yeah,
It's just a 30% chance this weekend is normal.
Well, we appreciate you coming in. Anything else you want to say? Any sponsors you want to thank besides
Like Birch, want to thank him. I just want to give a plug. We're going to, our fall leaf paddle will be in October, and the Wayne County Board of Tourism met this past month and starting plans for our yearly and annual Day for Wayne. So we've got a lot going on to close out our year. There'll be a kayak excursion second weekend in October, and then the first weekend in November is our Day for Wayne. So
another event coming up, Mike, you want to talk about is the mud run. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, and it'll be in March. It's going to take us a little while to get that thing going. We went over to the county and talked to them. It's brand new, and there's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of people around it's really talking about it, and it's for every age group and every athletic ability level, I guess I would say.
If you've been to the mud ball, you've seen the event where the kids run for the money. So this is adults running to the mud.
It's a little bit like that. We will have an elite group. We might get Usain Bolt to come run with us.
Yeah. Now, is it running just through mud, or is it?
He can run on top of the mud. He's so fast.
Or is it other hard surface in mud, hard surface in mud?
5K obstacle course mud run.
It's a
3.1 mile run.
It's
There's obstacle courses set up with mud pits and
with
stuff.
mud pits. So you do have hard surface in mud pits, and yeah, okay.
I think Butch is an old runner. We have to get him out.
Yeah,
It's a little bit different, and you see some of those on TV if you've been watching them. And that's kind of where I picked up on it. And those kids love to run through that mud. And we got thinking about it, got talking about it, and we just, after watching it on TV a little bit, I said we can do that same thing here. And Micah, of course, got involved, and the guys from CrossFit, Lindsay, and that group's gonna help. And they're just beaming about having this thing. They go to them all the time, and you go out and you climb over an obstacle, you climb under an obstacle, you go through the water out there. We're going to use the water out at the pond. It's probably not quite as clean as the pool's going to be, but that's what this is all about. You prepare for it. I guess you put earplugs and you get all the.
Now, where's the obstacle course going to be set up at?
It's out at the mud bog out at Bill Morris
So it's
Park.
going to be at the Bill Morris Park area.
Yeah, what we do is we're doing some areas out in that in the wooded area.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you, if you were running it right now, you'd have to run with a moon suit on because the yellow flies are terrible out there. But in March, it'll be a little better.
Oh, yeah.
And it might be a little bit cool going through that water, but that's part of the obstacle. One day we're talking about one obstacle in Atlanta that they went to that had a